Om Swastyastu, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Syallom, Namo Budaya, Salam kebajikan. In this video, I will explore about discovering metals, a historical overview. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Kevin Elkana Silitonga, with name 23055311073 from Metalurgi, class C. This course is taught by Prof. Dr. Tjokorda Gde Tirta Nindhia ST MT. My reference, the book Metalurgi for the Non-Metalurgist, Seccond Edition, edited by Arthur Siriardon. Contents: native metals, the bronze age, making metals, extractive metals, iron, discovery of modern metal, refining of metals. Discovering metal, a historical overview. The ancient world passed from the Stone Age through the Bronze and Iron Age to our modern developed society. A society that is dependent on metals and alloys for its very extent. Metallurgical knowledge evolved from an art to science until the body of scientific knowledge and on how its metal and alloy behaves has become quite extensive. 6 metals were used by prehistoric man: gold, silver, copper, tin, lead, and iron. Gold and silver were too soft to be useful for much except decoration. Copper could be hard by hammering or forging and was therefore useful as a tool but had little value as weapon. Bronze, developed by alloying copper with tin, had useful strength, could be hard by forging, and could be cast to shape. The discovery of bronze significantly altered the development of civilization. Lead was soft, easily worked, and could be made into fields. Later in history, it was made into pipes such as those used to transport water in early Roman Empire. 4.1. Native metals. Most metals naturally occur as metals or compounds. The metal atoms have reacted with other metals or with non-metallic atoms. One of the primary tasks of the metallurgist is to extract the metal from the compound. The few metals that are found in analytic state are termed native metals. The Paleolithic period in this time, the archaeologists give to the time period the immutability precede the Bronze Age, in which metal were first be mastered, and they date this period between approximately 5000 and 3000 before Christ. Ancient miners used native or naturally occurring and relatively pure metals such as gold, silver, and copper. Historians frequently refer to the Copper Age as precursor to the Bronze Age. The use of copper, or more specifically copper alloys, gave birth to this fresh practical age of metallurgy. Some civilizations, such as the Montblanc Indians of the Oyo Plains, found or traded for native copper. The copper metal was most commonly used for ornamental purpose, hammered into decorative shapes, and used as jewelry and to line burial sites of important citizens. Other civilizations, such as those in Egypt and the Middle East, noted the copper art and stained significantly when hammered. the hardened copper becomes useful as a tool, and thus the copper X was born. Thus, although copper knife serves a purpose, the lichen the stem to serve as effective weapons and are in natural mineral that can mine and trade for the extraction of any of in components, metallic or otherwise. The metallic component of copper sulfide metal is techniques will develop. The use of native metals was not restricted. The transition of hammering process passes of native copper into a desert safe to extraction of copper from copper surface materials liquids both high temperatures and significance insight. The ancient metallurgists were aware of two important metallurgy facts. First, the strength of a metal, in this case copper, could be increased by hammering, and second, the metals could be extracted from ores. The process of hammering or forging is frequently called working. The development of high temperatures to make copper also expanded the amount of material available. Large pieces of copper could now be cut, and therefore were not of significant importance until melting techniques become available. The Bronze Age. The Bronze Age began when it was discovered the mixture of two metals or alloys were stored that either of metals taken individually. The discovery that in alloy addition strengthened copper was the crux of the Bronze Age. A chemical analysis of a typical bronze alloy from the ancient Middle East shows that alloy contained approximately 87% copper, 10 to 11% tin, and small amounts, less than 1% of iron, nickel, lead, arsenic, and antimony. Stirling discovered the strength of silver could be improved greatly by the addition of small amount of copper. The small addition of approximately 75% did not affect the appearance but significantly improved the serviceability of silver, special jewelry, and anthologies. An elegant country description of bronze states that it is an alloy consisting of 1 pot of copper and 2 ounces of tin, 88% siu, and 12.7% ascent. However, by 3000 before Christ, ancient metallurgists had learned to internally mix ores of copper and tin to produce bronze that is very similar in composition to some modern alloys. The alloys were made from internally mixed or makes the real onset of the Bronze Age. Bronze was significantly stronger than relative pure copper and was useful both as tool and as weapon. And photograph of ancient bronze casting is shown in the figure below. The casting is an example of the high level of perfection achieved in Chinese foundry technology. In the 7th century before Christ, the bronze is the casting contains less is tin than was typical of bronze weapons from the same area. Making metals extractive practice. Most metallic elements occur naturally as mineral or ores, which are compounds that result from a reaction between metallic and non-metallic atoms. Most copper agents and lead area are sulfides, while iron and aluminum are generally found in oxidized ores. Minerals are frequently brightly colored, silent, and attractive because of such attractions as and model minerals as well. Collected mineral samples. For example, a typical copper containing sulfide mineral is bornite, which contains copper, Cu, iron, Fe, and sulfur H in the ratio of 5 copper atoms to 1 iron atom to 4 sulfur atoms, designed as Cu5PFIS4. Extraction of metals from their respective ores requires work or energy to separate the metal from the sulfurs or oxygen. This energy can be displayed in the form of heat, and the first extraction were probably accidents. A fire got out, and mineral samples that had been collected for their beauty were heated, resulting in copper metal. A fire was built near or against a copper soft mineral deposit, and copper was produced. Primary metallurgy is the extraction of metal from areas by chemical reaction at high temperatures at fuel furnace. Primary metallurgy may involve roasting and smelting for the extraction or refinement of metals. Smelting refers to melting process that separate metals in use from non-metallic materials. Other more modern methods of extraction and refinement include hydrometallurgy and electrometallurgy. Hydrometallurgy is the leaching or removal of the metal from an ore body by passing a sturdy acid or alkaline solution over the wire. Electrometallurgy involves the extraction of metals from the areas by the application of large amount of electrical energy. Although modern extraction processes are complex, the smelting process can be very simple. For example, Iran and North American smelters smelt lead, soft, or galena to produce lead bulk for bullets used by most colonial woodsmiths. This process results in the lead sulfide or galena reacting with oxygen in the air to form molten lead and sulfur dioxide, and smelted of lead blast furnace for something the galena ores distress. In the figure below, basically such processes are the guide to any primary extraction process. Iron. The iron name for iron means stone from heaven in several languages. This name probably results because in the first iron used by ancient by postulatory from heaven. The first iron extracted from the naturally occurring iron extract device called have result from fermented building wood or coconut fire advice of some plant-based syrup. If this leaf growing happened to be rich in iron excited, after days or even months of use, the fire caught and the ice contained a small amount of iron sponge. This sponge was the iron that remained after by oxygen had been removed. The first iron to be developed was work iron. Work iron can readily be formed to shape. In fact, the term work means the shape by hammering or beating. Work iron is very difficult for forming because it contains very little carbons, or less than 0.05%. Iron smelting was with the reduction of copper sulfate ores. The first reduction of iron oxide was probably extended. It was the powers of observation that led the ancient metallurgists, who also served as the mineral chemists and technologists of the day. To realize the iron could be produced in simple furnace by direct carbon reduction of the oxide area. The exact date of the first international reduction of iron cannot be established, but it's certain that the making and saving of iron was widespread in Egypt by 1500 before Christ. Iron oxide areas are present in many areas of the earth. Yes, regular and sometimes exchange mines with reduced iron areas in Egypt. It always breaks down in other areas. China, India, Africa, and Malay serve as sites for this industrial development of iron mining practice. Early iron something operation were conducted in semi-furnace sets, and the one illustrated in the figure below iron. The furnaces could easily have been developed after the phase external reaction of iron oxide. This of blast furnaces created increased the rate which iron could be produced. A schematic of blast furnace is shown in the figure below. In such furnace, approximately 2 units for iron ore, 1 unit of coke, 1/2 unit of limits, and 4 units of air the blast. Record for each unit of peak iron production. The something produced in blast furnace begins when the charge of our coke and limits is loaded into the drum. The control of production practice to produce high quality products with to the contamination of the environment is relatively modern innovation, and naval combustion was not considered a problem until recently. However, the production of such was now and illustrated in the figure below is a drawing of an early version the blast furnace. This drawing appeared in Greek books, the metallic with sweats prepared in 1550 and 56, and translated from Latin in the English by Herbert Hoover and his wife Louis Henry Hoover. Work iron is highly refined metallic iron. The contents made relatively unevolved, insoluble non-metallic particle. Typical description of the particle in a select section of rock iron in soil. In the figure below, the individual process of thermal inclusion. When inclusion are aligned in the direction of metal for hammering as shown in the figure, or the groupings of inclusion are defined as Steiner although approximately 1 to 4% of the volume of any iron sample is inclusion. A typical chemical analysis of one irons shows the presence of pyrrolidal carbon, silicon, and other elements found in pig iron. Discovery of modern metals. The use of the Latin ium suffix in naming of metals such as beryllium is typical of the suffix on all metals discovered or isolated after 1 April 1800. Many of the ium metals have tremendous commercial importance, primarily because of their use as alloying elements. Beryllium, or Be, is added to copper to improve its strength. The mechanism of or process by which beryllium increases the strength of copper is very different. The strengthening the result by tin or zinc addition the copper. Zinc addition the copper produces gas. The copper beryllium always contain only a small amount of beryllium, approximately 2%. Cadmium was the graphite in 1817 and is primarily found in zinc layers. Cadmium casting or platings were used to protect nuts, bolts, and other components made high strength steel or the other relatively corrosion-prone metals. The cadmium plating adds much like some paints and limits the access of the environment to the protected compound. Chromium was discovered in 1798 and used mainly as only a low addition in steel production. Chromium involves the addition of steels to oxidation and corrosion and is an essential ingredient in stainless steel. Molybdenum was discovered in 1781 and is and is primarily used as an alloy addition to steels. However, modern melts at to 20 Celsius or 4750 Fahrenheit compared to 15 35 Celsius or 2785 Fahrenheit for iron. This difference in melting temperature completes combining the two metals into an alloy. Because of this high melting point, molybdenum along with tungsten and rhenium is called a refractory metal. The term refractory generally applies to wide range of ceramic materials made of SeO2, Al2O3, and other high melting point compounds. Tungsten was first refined in 1783 and was originally called wolframium. Tungsten we first used as the filament for the increased light bulb, and this use accounts for 50 to 20% of all tungsten use. The major use of tungsten today is in the form of tungsten carbide, which is very hard, rigid material. Vanadium is among the hardest of all relatively pure metals. Vanadium is primarily used as an alloy addition to steel for the manufacture of woodworking and metalworking tools. Magnesium is the lightest of the widely used structural metals. Magnesium is more than 1/3 lighter than aluminum, having a density of 1/7 gram or centimeter 3 compared to the 7 gram or centimeter cubic distillation of aluminum. Magnesium is already used for structure in its pure form, but becomes useful structural material when alloyed with aluminum, magnesium, or zinc. Titanium was discovered about 1790, but because of the difficulty of removing titanium from oxygen and nitrogen, it was not readily available as structural material until the 1940. Titanium is difficult to process and to shape, but has both high strength and alloy density because of natural corrosion reactions. Titanium is also used in the chemical process industry and for other periodic implants. Iridium, rhodium, palladium, and platinum are along with gold from the processed metals. They are all very dense and very corrosion resistant. Platinum iridium alloys are very resistant to food acid and are useful in the dental restorations. Aluminum, the third most abundant element on the face of the earth, is a member of the family of metals includes gallium, indium, and thallium. Most aluminum is extracted from its ores by electrometallurgy. Because electric energy is required for this type of extraction, it is common for aluminum production plants to be located in areas where electricity is inexpensive. Hence, many aluminum production plants in North America are located in the regions having less expensive hydroelectric power. The Tennessee Valley, Atlantic region, Pacific Northwest, and Quebec, even though high-quality aluminum ores are not common in the area. Refining of metals. Refining of metals refers to process the purified extracted metal. Refining of metals like the extraction of metal from areas, includes many ancient practices and more modern advances. For example, gold was occurs in the metal state, and it can be extracted from minerals by relatively simple means. That is penning and searching for gold. A falsified secrets to gold from minerals such as sand or gravel. However, the remaining golds, flakes, or nuggets are not necessarily real. Further purification steps may be needed. Gold refining is the relatively simple process of heating the gold to a very elevated temperature, and at high temperatures, most of the impurities in the gold may be needed. Gold refining is the relevant simple process of heating gold elevated temperature at the high most impurities in the gold with oxygen in the air from metals oxide. Some of the oxide from by such action are gases and therefore carried away by surrounding air. Currently, modern refining practice are excellent in metals and alloys that virtually free of wanted elements can now be obtained environmentally. Such perfection is typically expensive, and most generic alloys contain significant concentrations of impurity atoms. This can be readily seen in a microbe of commercial pure aluminum at 99% pure at 500 magnification in the figure below. The dark particle in the microcurve and concentration of impurity compounds, in this case aluminium 2O3. This comparative concentration of particle are similar to the inclusion or staining in work iron. Although very high purity metals are typical to dissolve for structural application, the small amount of impurities in some commercial free metals imparts the good stain for some into structural application. For example, commercial heat exchangers of curtain application are made of commercially free pure titanium in the figure below. Although titanium is characterized by somewhat low thermal conductivity or compared to the of other metals such as copper-based alloys, the major design factor in his transfer relates to material thickness, corrosion resistance, and surface films, not just to thermal conductivity of the metal. That's all the material I can convey. Thank you. Santi Om. Syallom. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Namo Budaya, Salam kebajikan.